Hi, this is Sarah with ASL and today we're going to go over the top 10 tips for new sign language learners. Tip number 1, choosing the correct hand. I know we have two of them. I'm sure they're both your favorite, but you have to choose one. So in ASL, we have one hand that's the dominant hand. That's the one that typically moves. And we have the non-dominant hand, the one that stays still, for signs like learn or support. You can only have one hand that moves. So your dominant hand is the one that you write with. The non-dominant hand is the one that you don't write with. Tip number 2, clarity over speed. Something that new sign language learners like to do is learn the alphabet and then just go crazy with it, because that's what fluent signers look like. However, it's just a muddled mess. So for all new language learners, clarity over speed. Slow down your finger spelling. Make sure that you're understood, being that that's the purpose of communication. The more that you do that, after a few years, your finger spelling will become smooth and it will look just like the other fluent signers. So be patient and just remember, clarity is the purpose and you will get the speed as you go along. Tip number 3, practice often and with intention. Practicing without the correct intention or practicing the incorrect things are not going to get you where you want to go. So practicing things for sign language with intention would be, say, finger spelling anything that you see, like street names while you're driving, license plate numbers, things like that. And also make sure that you're doing clarity over speed, like tip number 2. Number 4, smooth hands. This is pretty important. A lot of new signers, especially with finger spelling, will do these bouncy hands. So for example, if they're spelling their name, it might look like. And not only is that difficult for your hands, but it's really difficult for other people to stare at you. It makes our eyes bleed. So just make it smooth and nice. Smooth hands are always going to win the day. Tip number 5, embrace your face. In sign language, of course, your signs are made with your hands. However, your face give a lot of meaning to what you're actually signing. Your facial expressions have grammar contained in them for ASL. These are required. They are mandatory. They are not optional. Anytime that you want to tell a story, you want to look ironic or funny or angry, all of that is in your face. It's not in your hands. So embrace what your face looks like, how it moves, how you're showing your nonverbal communication. Embrace it because you're going to need it. Number 6, fail hard and fail often. Even the best signers among us, even if you're in ASL 1, you are going to fail and you will be embarrassed, and that is okay. The sooner that you get that out of the way, the better that you're going to be, and much sooner. So just be okay with all the mistakes that you're going to make. Number 7, no hearing nods. Often you'll see the sign. That's like a hearing person nod. Oftentimes hearing students, when they get around deaf people or fluent signers, not understanding what's being signed, a natural reaction of being embarrassed and scared to say, again, please, or I didn't understand, is the hearing nod. That's not going to work out for you. Fluent signers and deaf people, eventually someone's going to tell you or catch you in that lie. So it's just better to say, I don't understand. Do you mind signing it again, please? Or something like that. But don't get caught in the hearing nod. Tip number 8. Embrace your mistakes and then repair them. Like I said a couple times already, you are going to make mistakes. Your hands are going to do crazy things that you didn't mean to sign, and that's okay. Your grammar is going to look perhaps atrocious, and that's fine too. Just make sure that you are paying attention to any mistakes that you find and then repair them as soon as you can. The quicker you do that, the faster to fluency you're going to get. Number 9, be open to feedback and critique. This is a big one. Ego is not going to help you on your way to fluency or mastery of anything, really. And being open to feedback is like repairing your mistakes. Just understand that you're not fluent yet. It's going to take a number of years until you are. And even then, you're still going to make mistakes. I still do. Embrace them. Be open to critique when other people give you that feedback and fix what you can. And 10, Perhaps one of the most important is to socialize with the deaf community, socialize with deaf and hard of hearing people. The classroom or an online learning program, it can be great. They are also always going to be limited because there's no possible way that you're going to see the variation of sign language that you will as you would in the deaf community. I'll give you an example. There's, say, at least 15 different signs for pizza. Most of the time, you're not going to get that in the classroom. You'll get 1 to maybe 3 different signs, or the sign for beach, or different dialects. Example, I just learned at least in northwestern Texas, I believe, can't. If you sign that here in California, no one's going to understand you. We sign can't. But unless you're hanging out with deaf people in the deaf community and getting all these signs just being exposed, you're just not going to get it. So socialize with deaf people. It is going to help you so much on your way to mastery, and it's always better to be amongst native signers of that language in order to reach fluency. Those are your 10 tips for today for learning ASL. If you're interested in sign language, come visit me at aslterpandteach.com. At the bottom of this video, you're going to see a few discount codes. They're 25% discount codes. And every video that I put out from here on out will start with 10, and then 9, and then 8, and 7 until they're all gone. So with that, I hope to see you soon, and I'll see you in the next video.